on a more sombre note, there was a sad injury to a spectator at the Ryder Cup, which is quite sad, and I don't really want to talk about it because it's too sad. So, but it did make me think about silly sports injuries, which led me to a game which I've called I Need a Ride to Hospital. I need a Ryder Hospital. I need a ride to
We'll have a think about that.
Do you see? Don't put your hat on. Watch out for bees. Don't you dance now. Don't you sneeze. I need a ride. I need a ride. I need a ride to hospital. So, I've read a few articles of sports' silliest injuries, which kind of gives you a clue as to where a lot of these are going to be from.
You've been framed.
You've been framed. Harry Hill's come in to announce them. No, I've mostly gone with American sports for two reasons. One, all of the articles on the internet are American, apparently. I couldn't find any English ones. And two, you won't have heard of them, so you won't know.
That's what you think. You don't know the books I read.
I also don't know if any of these are true. I only found them on websites, but... Okay. This is a slightly different format to normal.
Ooh.
I'm going to give you 3 facts, and only one of which is false. Yeah. 2 are true, 1 is false.
2 truths, 1 lie.
2 truths, 1 lie. So it's a slightly different format to what I normally do. Still very similar, but slightly different. Just to mix it up a little bit. So, question 1. Fact 1. Cleveland Browns' Orlando Brown was blinded by a penalty flag thrown by one of the officials. Temporarily blinded.
Literally
topical.
My first question right there.
I can see where you're going. You can't ask too many questions because I don't know that much about any of these. I can just make stuff up, I suppose. You wouldn't know which is the real one and which is the fake then.
Yeah.
Fact 2. Michael Jordan once missed a game because he cut his finger with a cigar cutter. You know, one of the things that cuts the end off a cigar.
Yeah, they're sharp.
Yeah, apparently he cut his finger with one of those. Fact 3. Dustin Johnson once had to forfeit a round of golf when he was stung by a bee on the palm of his hand.
I could see that.
Mm.
No, I don't think you'd be able to play.
No, and bees do live outdoors, which is where golf is played.
Yes.
It sounds to me like he was asking for it. You've gone into a bee's natural habitat
and hit it with
outdoors.
a golf club.
Whacked a thing that looks like another bee near it. What else is a bee going to do? What's a bee to do?
You said bee, but not wasp.
Correct.
What?
Good listening.
Yeah, I'm on it tonight. Bees rarely sting.
I'm not sure that's true. They don't sting out of malice like a wasp. Wasps just go and sting everything, don't they? Every time they land, they sting something.
But you have to do a lot to antagonise a bee to sting you, don't you? Because it's going to die afterwards.
Yeah, you just have to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, I think. Like, I've been stung by bees.
Playing golf?
I'm not telling. That'd be too much of a clue. I got stung when I was a little kid. I got stung between my eyes, like on the bridge of my nose, by a bee. Because I don't know, like...
Did you see it coming? Did you?
I couldn't see it. It was in my blind spot. I was ran head first into it and it stung me. I don't know. I was too young. I just have a vague memory of it. But I think bees do sting. They do sting you. They only sting out of self-defense. So I guess if he, like... clasps
why was he antagonising bees? He had a golf game.
He's a golfer. What else is he going to do? Had to bring some excitement to his life. Ryder Cup wasn't for 2 years.
Just chasing a bee around
Come
the
here,
green.
bee. Ah, he stung me. Bastard.
I'm out.
I'm going home.
Taking my balls and going home.
Stupid bees or bees.
Okay.
Maybe he was like stirring up their hive or something.
Maybe his ball got stuck in a tree.
This is what I'm thinking. Maybe his ball got stuck in a beehive. Maybe it was very close to the hive.
Beehives can be on the floor.
They can.
They don't necessarily have to be in trees, do
little
they?
known fact. We also don't know where it was. I didn't look where it was. So it might have been in Africa, where they have like all kinds of crazy bees.
There are bees elsewhere.
Yeah, but they have crazy bees in Africa, right? Like massive hornets and stuff. Are they in Africa? Or is
Well,
like
that wouldn't
Asia?
be a bee, would it? That would
No,
be
that's
a
true.
hornet.
But they're big bees as well, right? I don't know much about bees.
Okay.
They're the cute ones, right?
Yeah.
They make honey.
The fluffy ones, yeah.
Good.
Okay, so
that was fact 3.
that was 3. 2 was Michael Jordan's finger cut.
Yes.
If he cut his finger with a cigar slicer, I think he would take a significant chunk off.
Yeah.
So I think he would have to miss a game.
They're sharp, yeah. Do you think it'd be enough to go to hospital? It might be, isn't it? Depending on how much of your finger you cut, I suppose. Yeah, I might have just nicked it. Oh, hospital!
I'm out. Take my balls and
I'll
go.
take my ball and go to hospital.
Would he have been smoking cigars in his playing? He seems too professional to me.
He was a very professional player, but it was a different era. The 90s.
Just the one cigar before the game.
Exactly, just to calm his nerves. You might be celebrating after a win. Have cigars to celebrate, don't you?
How often do they play?
Pretty much every night. Well, every other night, I think. Depends.
I could see him smoking cigars. I could see him cutting his finger.
I can't remember if he's a team owner now, and he's quite involved in the game in like
hands out cigars like they're sweets.
yeah, all his players constantly injured from cigar burns.
2 are true.
Yeah.
And then the first one was
Cleveland Browns' Orlando Brown, blinded by a penalty flag thrown by a referee.
When you say blinded, could it be just like unsighted? Like
he missed games. All of these players missed games because they were partially hurt. Yeah.
Wow. What? Maybe he'd used his flag to clean something with bleach.
Oh, can't get that in your eyes, can you? Maybe he'd picked up some dog poo with it. Can't get that in your eyes either, can you?
Picked it off the field.
Yeah. Oh, get rid of this. I'll throw it Orlando Brown. It's in his name, isn't it?
And it coming.
He's asking for it. Orlando Brown. He smells like poo. That's what the crowds chanted for years afterwards.
Poo on the play. Poo on the play. Or maybe, yeah.
Poo on the play. Oh, that's got me. I'm going to say that next time I'm playing Frisbee. Not foul. Poo on the play. No fezzies. Poo on the play.
Poo on the play.
Oh dear.
Wow, it sounds like there are numerous causes
for poo on the play
that could make you go blind.
That's true.
From a
flag in the face.
So that's bound to be true. I think the other one that's true is the bumblebee.
The bumblebee.
And so I think the false one.
Michael Jordan's cigar cut.
Yes.
You are incorrect. Michael Jordan did cut his finger with a cigar cutter. Dustin Johnson did not get stung by a bee. Not as far as I know. He might have done, but I couldn't find any reference to that on the internet. Yeah, I made that one up. Yeah. Cross for you.
No, but you asked it.
I'm going to mark this one correctly this week. I've only got 5 questions, so it should be easy. I can't afford to give any marks away.
You scored 6 out of 5.
Hold on. Question 2. Fact 1. Glenn Anderson, the Edmonton Oilers hockey player who played with Wayne Gretzky in that championship dynasty they had, once broke a toe skateboarding to the rink to play a game. Fact 2. Sammy Sosa, the Chicago Cubs baseball player, once sneezed so hard that he sprained his back ligaments and had to miss games. Fact 3. Blake Griffin, the LA Clippers basketball player, once broke his hand punching a team employee.
Do we know why he punched a team employee or which employee?
Fun. It was part of the equipment staff, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know. Waterboy, probably. He's in that film. I'd punch him as well.
I'd punch Adam Sandler.
Yeah, just for fun. He's quite an angry guy, isn't he, Blake Griffin? He's got quite a reputation as being... He's kind of a bad boy kind of vibe. He's kind of cool. Kind of too cool. From LA.
Yeah, I could see any sports star punching someone, to be honest.
Yeah. High adrenaline, isn't it? High adrenaline in sport.
Yeah.
Like, you have to get it out somehow. And
if they don't bring your balls to you just right.
Exactly. That's what equipment and stuff are there for. Give him a smack. But yeah, broke his hand though. So missed games because he broke his hand.
You should have seen the other guy.
He missed many games. They had no shirts for 3 games. Where's our shirts? Oh, Blake's fault.
B, what was B again?
B, Sammy Sosa, Chicago Cubs baseball player, sneezed so hard that he sprained his back ligaments.
Yes, I could see that. I feel like I could do that to myself right now.
You reckon?
Yeah.
He's so broken.
It doesn't take a lot to hurt me anymore. I could see that.
Yeah, to be fair, like, after we played Frisbee the other week, my intercostals were so sore that every time I sneezed, it was such a pain.
What's
it hurt so much.
I don't think I even have them.
The thing between your ribs, everyone's got them. You can't have your intercostals removed. An intercostalectomy.
Diogo intercostals.
Favorite Chelsea.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, that seems very plausible to me. Big old sneeze. Might be saving it up.
No, that's true. I do that sometimes to really get a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Save yourself up to really get a good sneeze out.
Oh, my back's gone. I'm in hospital next to Michael Jordan and the kit man. Oh,
what happened to that guy? You don't want to know.
We all did it on the same day as well.
Have this cigar.
Oh, my finger.
Further games missed.
And A1.
Number 1 was Glenn Anderson, famous Edmonton Oilers hockey player, once broke a toe skateboarding to the rink.
It's a different time, wasn't it?
It was.
He probably did skateboard to the rink.
Yeah.
To be fair, he probably wasn't
80s.
expecting to play. He didn't need to play.
No, it was just Gretzky.
Yeah,
just let Gretzky go on his own.
So he's probably late as well.
Doesn't matter.
Rock up when I rock up.
Yeah, I just turn up, get on the pitch, pass it to Wayne.
Do you know how old he was when he did this?
I do not, I'm afraid. I know it would have been between the ages of 18 and 35. I don't know that for a fact, but that sounds about right, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
I think he was kind of older-ish when he was playing with Gretzky. I don't think he was the young buck of the team. They called him the fastest skater ever. He was a
faster
skate mad.
than the guy in the Mighty Ducks who couldn't stop.
I haven't seen the Mighty Ducks. Couldn't stop.
What?
No one's seen the Mighty Ducks.
Alright, we're going to have to pause here. And
okay, I'll be back in a minute, listeners. Mighty Ducks. Oh, what a great film!
I know, right?
Did you hear that sound of Mighty Ducks? Recommendation for the week. Ben's Film Corner.
Oh, that does sound too good to be true. I'm going to say 1 and 2 are true.
1 and 2. So you think Blake Griffin punching someone is the false fact?
Yeah.
You're wrong again.
Oh.
Blake Griffin is a big old punch boy. Another cross for you. The fake one is Glenn Anderson's skateboarding. He's not a skateboarder. He does all his skating on ice skates. He's a purist.
It to be true.
I know, it sounded too good to be true, didn't it? And that's why I'm so clever. Question 3. This one is more interesting for you because it's all football based. All footballers.
I don't know if that's interesting or not. They have stupid injuries.
They do. Just like this one. Ugo Ehiogu. You remember Ugo Ehiogu?
Oh, my
Middlesbrough, Aston Villa, I think.
My friend lived with his brother for a time.
Really?
Yeah, fun fact.
No, that's what I had written down. Once lived with Ben's brother.
And got injured.
You're gonna know this fact for sure. Ugo Ehiogu. I don't know how you say his name really. Dislocated his knee salsa dancing with his wife.
He did have knee trouble.
Mm.
Continue.
Missed games for it. All of these players, again, missed games through this silliness. Number 2, Darius Vassell. Remember Darius Vassell?
I do.
Not many people do. But we do. Once got an infection on his toe after popping a blister with a power drill. Number 3, Darren Fletcher, Manchester United player, you remember him, once suffered a head wound from a toilet door falling on his head.
Specifically a toilet door.
Yes, a toilet stall door. Fell upon his noggin.
Like a cubicle,
Yes.
not in his house.
No, well, it'd be really hard to get one of those to fall on your head, wouldn't it? I guess, no. To be fair, I don't know how you get stalled. They don't, they don't go up, do they? I'm thinking like DeLorean doors where it opens up.
Step into the toilet.
And you go back in time. 88 miles an hour. I can't poo that fast. So you're on fire.
And then you have to get a train. And
there's Indians. Oh.
Yeah.
An eventful toilet trip.
Yeah, maybe if you're on a night out, lads come in, you're on the toilet.
Lads, they smack you in the head with the door.
Unscrew the door.
Let it fall on your head.
Perhaps.
You suffered a gash to the head.
A gash.
Yes.
And missed games.
Missed games.
I don't think I've ever seen him with a big, scar.
No. That's a good point.
Like a Harry Potter scar.
Was
number 2.
That was number 3. Number 2 is Darius Vassell getting an infection on his toe after popping a blister with a drill.
He doesn't strike me as somebody interesting enough to try
to own a power drill.
Yeah. Definitely not to use it on his foot.
It's a strange thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah. He struck me as sort of very much down the line. A bit like Delph is now.
Fabian Delph, yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
If you'd said Dion Dublin,
Dublin.
Yeah.
That's too mediocre for Dion Dublin. He'd have used a sledgehammer. He's a nut job.
Yeah. That seems a little bit out there for Vassell. What was number 1?
Number 1 was Ugo Ehjog dislocating his knee, salsa dancing with his wife.
I think he had knee trouble. Weak knees.
Do you think he was a dancer though? He was a centre back. Not many centre backs dance, do they? I think that's a fact.
That's true.
A fact about football.
He was good on the ball though, wasn't he? If I remember right. That's why he didn't play for England very much.
No, too good on the ball.
Yeah. Not what they wanted at the time.
No, we want big bruisers. Tony Adams, Martin Keown.
Yeah. Here
you go. Sol Campbell. Actually, Sol Campbell was alright. He was just fast, wasn't he? Fast on the ball.
Yeah.
He was fast.
It's an AWOL. I'm going to say B is false.
You think Darius Vassell was too clever to pop a blister with a power drill?
Not too clever. That's going
too
a bit too far. Yeah.
Too boring. You underestimate him, sir.
Oh no.
He loves his power drills, Darius. Yeah, he once missed a game from popping his blisters with his drill. The false one was Ugo Ehjog.
Oh.
Never a salsa dancer.
Or never dislocated his knee.
Only just classical ballroom. Cross. It's currently 0 from 3. You're worse than Tiger Woods.
No, I haven't even
Not yet.
matched probability.
You're Phil Mickelson so far. You're no Francesco Molinari. I'll give you that.
No, certainly not.
Question 4. Penultimate question, so you need to get this one to give yourself a chance of getting 2 out of 5.
Yep.
That's a passing grade, isn't it? 40%. Question 4, fact 1. Richie Sexson, the Milwaukee Brewers baseball player.
I know him well.
Yep. Once strained his neck putting on a hat that was too small for him. I find that funny.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a minute.
Fact 2. Derek Jeter, the Yankees shortstop, very famous player, once suffered facial contusions after going in a mosh pit at a Metallica gig? And number 3, Joel Zumaya, the Detroit Tigers pitcher, these are all baseball players, missed a playoff season in 2006 from wrist inflammation from playing too much Guitar Hero.
Whoa, we'll start with that one.
Guitar Man.
I could see that.
Guitar God Zumaya. That's a great name, isn't it?
Imagine
I could imagine like a South American Latin jazz trio called Zumaya. Hello, we are Zumaya. Gala Santana.
You have to have quite strong wrists for baseball.
You do.
But
depending on your position, I suppose.
Equally, your wrists could become overused. And maybe only a short Guitar Hero sesh could cause you a little bit of a niggle.
That's true.
And then...
I used to get wrist problems with Guitar Hero. I played too much Guitar Hero. It's very easy to get, because you hold your wrist in a really weird position, and the neck's very small, and I've got massive hands. So, my wrist is always in a weird position.
Baseball players presumably have massive hands.
Well, they don't really,
gloves on.
they don't really have their hands. They're in those gloves.
What? Maybe he played with his glove on.
Clown gloves. Maybe that's the problem. Yeah, not enough flexibility.
So, 2.
Number 2. Derek Jeter suffering facial contusions after a Metallica gig.
I could see that. But you're also into your heavy metal, so you could easily make that up. Yeah, I'm playing the man, not the game.
Yeah, you've read me, have you? Or have you? Have you read me? No spoilers.
Please don't read me.
Well, maybe he's a massive Metallica fan. Who knows?
But I don't think you'd use the word contusions.
I'm not that smart.
No. Or are you?
Or am I? Have I fooled you with my clever contusions?
Wait, is that a new dictionary?
Where'd you get that thesaurus? Another word for cuts.
Lacerations. No, too strong.
Tears. Scissors.
The first one, the one everybody wants to hear about.
Richie Sexton strained his neck putting on a hat that was too small for him.
Why would you strain your neck?
That's a good question.
And how does it, did it still go on? Did it go on eventually?
So he was putting it on. They had to wear the hats for a team photo. He didn't normally wear a hat. Unlike a lot of baseball players, he wouldn't normally wear a hat while he was playing, and he was putting it on for a photo. So he hadn't had a hat for the season. So they threw him one. Picked him up a hat, and apparently it's not all one size fits all. Not for old Richie. Maybe he had a massive head.
Richie Big Head.
That's what they knew him as. Old Richie Noggin. And I don't know how he strained his neck. I've got to be honest. I don't know how you would, but maybe really, really pulling on it.
It's got to go on.
And then your neck goes, and you can't play games. Showing you all the answers.
Sounds ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if Harry Maguire's had these problems.
Football players don't tend to wear hats, do they?
No, they don't.
Maybe if you played in goal, you'd have all kinds of problems.
That's why he's not a goalie.
That's it, yeah.
No hats are big enough for Harry Maguire.
You have to wear a big jester hat.
I'm going to say that one's false.
You reckon the hat man's false?
Yeah.
Hat man, John. You're wrong again.
No.
You're no good at this game. You've gone into Tiger Woods territory.
Oh, no.
Richie Sexton really did sprain his neck putting on a hat that was too small for him.
Of course he did.
Darren Fletcher was the last question. Zolzimaya did actually miss the playoff season from playing too much Guitar Hero. And you were right, it was the Metallica gig.
No.
I couldn't think of another band.
Oh, I thought you had done a double bluff.
No, I'm not that clever. But I did you with contusions, didn't I?
You did.
Damn you. You thought I'd read that on the website. I actually knew the word contusion, so fuck you.
From your last Metallica gig?
When my face was all cut up.
When you're in the bed next to Michael Jordan, overhearing the fact he got contusions.
Hey, Michael, what's that on your finger? That is a contusion, James. Oh! I'll remember that for the quiz I'm doing. Well, so it's all come down to this. Question 5. I've only got this last one, so you need to get this one right. Otherwise, it is a bagel for you.
But I go into the Vegas playoff with Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson for $10 million. So
full on losers.
No, not all bad.
You'd be the biggest loser of the lot, so you're bound to win. Question 5. Number 1. Glenn Allen Hill, another baseball player, Yankees outfielder. These are all baseball players again. Once fell down the stairs and broke a glass table when he was running from spiders in his dreams. I've made
in your
that sound
dreams.
so interesting. Number 2. I almost told you whether it was true or false. Number 2. Adam Eaton, the Chicago White Sox outfielder, once auditioned for Dancing with the Stars and tore his ACL, missing a whole season.
In his dreams.
In his dreams. Number 3. Matty Cordova, the Baltimore Orioles outfielder, once stayed in a sunbed too long and missed 6 games from extreme sunburn and sunstroke.
6?
6 games. They do play it again, baseball, they play it a lot, I think.
Like every day, isn't it?
Yeah, American schedules are crazy, aren't they? They play so often.
Can you get sunstroke from being in a sunbed?
I guess so. He did. They play Kabaddi. They play one-on-one Kabaddi. I don't see why not. Like it's just a load of ultraviolet rays, isn't it? And that's what gives you sunstroke.
Is it?
Yeah.
Or is it like the infrared rays?
Well, whichever one it is, it tans you. Is it the infrared? Maybe it's the infrared.
I don't know.
It's ultraviolet, isn't it?
Oh.
Yeah, because they have UV blocker in sun screen. That's to stop you tanning and burning. And
UV blocker. He plays for the Browns, doesn't he?
UV blocker. Weirdly, a quarterback.
Well, I don't know. I
Hmm.
feel like I should be able to foil you with that one with science and logic,
About the sunbed.
but I don't know.
But you don't know enough about
Yeah,
sunbeds.
It makes me feel stupid. So thanks for that.
This whole game has been intended to make you feel stupid. They're all false, really.
What was number 2?
Number 2, Adam Eaton once auditioned for Dancing with the Stars and tore his ACL, missing a whole season.
I could see that.
Another dancer.
Would he go on Dancing with the Stars whilst he's still playing? Generally, it's reserved for, like, nobody's.
Ex-players.
Yeah.
Nobody's. Graham Swan.
People who have already torn their ACL.
Yeah, and have to move really slowly around the dance floor. That's true in England. I've never watched Dancing with the Stars, so I don't know. It's big in America, isn't it, Dancing with the Stars? They absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I guess it's big here as well. Strictly's pretty big, but
It is, yeah.
Dancing with the Stars gets some real high quality, like high profile people on, I think. Alfonso Ribeiro won it, didn't he?
Oh, yeah?
Carlton, out of Fresh Prince. He's awesome.
Yes,
He's a great dancer.
And number 1 was running away from spiders.
Yeah, in his dreams.
In his dreams. I know you don't like spiders.
That's true, I don't.
And second guessing myself undid me.
I don't like
The
dreams
last
either.
one. So I'm going to say 1 is false.
You've not seen through my ruse. That's a real one.
No!
Oh, Tiger. The false one was Adam Eaton, Dancing with the Stars. You were correct. People don't go on Dancing with the Stars while they're still in their career. And I didn't even have to bluff you out of that one.
In case they tear their ACL.
In case they tear their ACLs. He actually, though, did stab himself in the stomach trying to unwrap some DVDs.
With a massive butcher's knife.
Yeah, apparently that is the case. He was getting the frustration-free packaging you can get. They hadn't invented that yet, and he was the reason they invented it.
And he wound up with a contusion
with
in a bed
massive contusion in his belly,
next to Michael Jordan.
and me.
Stupid game.
So I'm just going to type your score. That's 0 out of 5.
The first 0.
The first 0 you've ever had. But, you know, you can go and play for the American Ryder Cup team, so you're okay. Don't worry about it. Don't put your hat on. Watch out for bees. Don't you dance now. Don't you sneeze. I need a ride. I need a ride. I need a ride to hospital.